Me with the aunt now, sun with a raise and go back down, and me with the day in here, I wait. For daylight come. Yes. Plus me got drink half a start my day. This a custom see the thing. Yes. Me accept. Remember, me not too bright, buddy. Me not too bright. You gotta get people to help you. And if you're just like me and you're in Guyana, you're not bright, you gotta come down a DR. Right? So we're going on. What problem I left for you with there? No Sunday in command. And I got a nice drink here, boy. I'm watching the thing and I want to start the day. Right? It's gin and tonic. Well, me drink alcohol and mix up thing last night. Thank God you have a little bit sense and none at all. Yeah, go, Muti, thanks. Well, here me tell you. When me realize that me not too smart, and the progression with me I get with me little smarts, and then me see politicians, Guyanese politicians, and realize them not got little bit non-smarts at all. me are sorry for Guyanese people. So all jokes and funs aside, I'm in the Dominican Republic and I came here with sky high flights. You could go online, type in sky high, you could get the prices. The thing is, you could fly to almost anywhere in the world from here. Right? So you could head off from the direct flights to the States, there's direct flights to the UK, different countries, direct flights from Santo Domingo here. So what specifically am I here for? I'm here for sheet piles. And it's something that came across. Sheet piles is construction material, right? But one of the problems we have in Guyana is verifying the stuff. So you gotta buy the stuff. I sent money to China that I'll never see back. I was robbed by the Chinese, as a matter of fact. Now the Chinese got material and the Chinese got legit business. The Chinese have legit businesses, but you could get robbed. If you hook up with the right person, you got the right broker. I choose, after my experience, to start using SGS services. We advertise it on our page. It's a company that we advertise on our page, and it's a procurement service. On the page, you would see the advertising things like shocks and Toyota spares, things for Land Cruiser and all those things, and they have that. But what SGS does is procure stuff for people from all around the world. So when you go, they would verify that this stuff is there, get your payments through right and all, and then make sure that it's a trusted process. Because most Guyanese, you from Borby saying you're going to buy something in China for $40 million. Yeah, so what guarantee you got that you get in this stuff? So I choose to use a procurement service, right? They go, meet the people, make sure it's the right people, and go through the right process, even with the clearing of the stuff. Once you got all your paperwork right and everything, and now once you got all your paperwork right, if you take a procurement service, they got all your paperwork. They know is what's going on, right? So even the duties and all them things, that all you gotta do is sign documents from time to time, okay, in certain things, and right away you get your stuff. And this is what we're doing here. I just decided to come along today. I'm hoping to meet somebody from the Dominican Chamber of Commerce, whereas we'll get an understanding of what some of the other businesses and services. Because I was here last year, I think, with President Ali, and we met the local Chamber of Commerce, but remember it was interpersonal. You had the Chamber of Commerce from Guyana meeting the Chamber of Commerce here. How has that trickled down to the small man? A lot of people, it has had benefits because the Dominican Republic has a lot of stuff. Like, I came on the flight Sky High. I came here and there was not much people on the flight. It's not packed flights. This place is a tourist destination. Today I'm gonna carry you to some of the sites across this country and, you know, show it up for you guys to have an understanding. For a couple $1,000, 2.5 hours away, there's a destination that you can go, optional destination. You can go, enjoy yourself. Let me show you. This is what I'm looking at from my hotel room. This place got international ports built in. You understand? I think I'm maybe on the 16th floor here, right? This is what I'm looking at. This is a well-developed country that lots going on here. They got lots of different services, right? And when I came here, the first thing what dawned upon me is because of the fact I'm in the process of planning to build one of the tallest buildings in Georgetown and in Guyana. And we need the expertise. I went to India. I saw some really tall buildings going up there. But you got 40, 50 story buildings here. Look in the distance there, right? If where I am is 18 stories, 20 stories, you could imagine the height of that one that's out there, right? And this is 2 hours away. I mightn't get a visa for go certain places. Well, the UK, you could go without a visa, visa-free travel to the UK, right? But there's a lot that people would love to do and want to do here, right? There's a lot that can be done here. So, think about it. Think about the options that you have. Think about how you would capitalize on the opportunities afforded you. Again, I came and I've done some videos to show you guys. Came on the plane. Sky High has I'd call that a business class, and the regular high economy or whatever. Was a good flight. Go online, check the cost for flights. They're affordable. And then look at your opportunities. I am here primarily to verify a purchase that my company wants to make. Because we always have the problem. We always got a problem where you don't have the surety. How are you guaranteed that when you spend your money, you're going to get, I have been robbed by the Chinese? I'm not taking any risk anymore. I tell you already, if you go on the page and check SGS, you could call the numbers there and they would be able to tell you, well, here, this is what we could do, and they could bring anything from anywhere in the world. But they don't just bring anything from anywhere in the world. They verify. They would go down there, verify, make sure this is the product, make sure this is the company, wherever in the world. Whether it is in Europe, whether it's in China, whether it is in America, wherever they go on the ground, verify, make sure this is the product and this is the person that the money is being given to. Go through the right channels to make sure your purchase is secure. I just along for the ride to see what's going on and get a better understanding of how this process works. But during the course of the day, I'll be giving you guys, I'm going to get a SIM, and I'll be giving you guys a tour to some of the historical sites here. I was recently made to understand that the Dominican Republic has offered at one of their historical sites area for Guyana to place whatever they want there. Obviously this is the interest of fostering better relations between the Dominican Republic and Guyana. I'm going to go to the site sometime today and see what they're having there. And I think we should start a discussion what Guyana wants there. On our roundabouts, we got eagle, we got tiger, we got ancita. What do we want there? I think this should strike up a national discussion. Because the politicians try to divide us, right? As a matter of fact, there are politicians that are working overtime to divide our nation. And I'm coming out from Chedijagan International Airport yesterday. After listening to Nigel Hughes and Cathy Hughes, I listened to their hypocrisy. And you gotta listen to these people. These people should be the people who the black community looks up at. And I listened to Nigel Hughes. Pass my phone for me, please. I've listened to Nigel Hughes. Let me see if I got it right. I listened to him talk about the transfer of assets. And I asked myself, well, very Guyanese. What is this?
Today, Austin, Texas was named a top 10 food city in America last year, so it can be difficult.
I don't know what that's about. And Harris, good morning, Chris. So let me get this. Listen to. And I wanna ignite a discussion about maybe I don't do it enough because I'm always on the move and as these processes that are full, like 9 o'clock this morning, I got car coming downstairs, heading to a port to see what's going on, right? And it's business. It's business, right? We're looking for money. A lot of times people, they see me in Maburo and all that is gold, looking for money. So as much as there's things that we talk about, and so I want you to listen to Nigel Hughes, and this is from his page.
Exactly what it is. And we have as a...
I want you to listen to it.
I think we should start and remember that between 1992 and today, some 32 years have passed. The PPP has been in office for 27 of those 32 years. That is 85% of the years between 1992 and now. There has been a single government, 85%, a single government in the People's Progressive Party. Therefore, when we start to ask questions about the transfer of assets from the state to private individuals who support the People's Progressive Party, we don't want to make a propaganda out of this. What we say is, let us have the data, let us have the raw...
So this gentleman, Nigel Hughes, who can only be listed as now as a hypocrite. So the PNC and the AFC was in power from 2015 to 2020. And there was no visible transfer of assets. Now, in the years that the PPP have been in power, Guyanese have amassed considerable amount of wealth. This man who's a lawyer and who should know better has not chosen to suggest that our economy was a $2 billion economy or was $2 billion US in debt in 1992 and is now a 20 billion US dollar economy. Because he's not an economist. He's a lawyer. A lawyer who has aspirations now. A lawyer who's funded by ExxonMobil. It's clear as day. This is not a make-up thing. When it became known that he is a lawyer for ExxonMobil, we had a national discussion about this, whether it's a conflict of interest. So obviously he's manipulated by. Everybody's going forward with this. Everybody's satisfied with this. It is a done deal. Right? This gentleman, who can only be seen as a hypocrite now, is asking about the transfer of assets. Is asking the people of Guyana to ignite the confusion, another confusion conversation, of which many he has been the creator of. Like, what is half of 64? Many conversations Nigel Hughes has ignited in this country that has caused us to descend in confusion, mass confusion. Since we never heard nothing like that before, it never made sense. But he comes up with these ideas, and people gobble it up. Unfortunately, the Guyanese populace or population is of a certain educational level that they can't decipher that this man is a hypocrite. They can't decipher that. Now he's asking about the transfer of assets. An attempt was made. Transfer of assets to private individuals. Let us suggest that the land at where Movie Tongue is built on was a transfer of asset. The land where the Movie Tongue Mall was built on was given at an affordable rate to a private investor, a Guyanese Trinidadian. Right? Let us say that was a transfer of that. Look at how it has benefited us today. I went into that mall yesterday. I was afforded the opportunity, day before yesterday, to buy a belt. I get a belt. I went into the mall. I went into that mall shopping. The day before, I went into the mall and bought some popcorn. Just the popcorn. Didn't go and see the movie. We all visit that mall. If this government of a past time did not have the vision to say here, what a land would it be? What open land? What open land, you'd pass and say, oh, I'm going to fly kite there? What a land would it be? Ask yourself, the people who have been entrepreneurs from the beginning of the creation of this country, or at the democracy considered to be Guyana, from the beginning, the people who are entrepreneurs, who are developers, and everything else productive has always been associated with the PPP. It's simple. And when I say everything productive, I mean on an entrepreneurial level. We can't go and give a public servant 20 acres for development. He don't know about that. Yes, he's working tirelessly at the ministry, and he's doing all he can do to develop our country. He's playing his part. But there will be no asset. He don't want 20 acre land. He don't want to do nothing. He want to work, do his job, collect NIS money when he get older, what he want to do. One Nigel used to talk about transfer of assets. What assets? He was part of an administration. His wife was a part of an administration that if they wanted to see Let the government show. The assets in Region 5, rice lands. What assets? Rice lands you're talking about? If you don't give the people the rice, how you get rice? If you do not give the people the rice lands, how are you going to get rice? Who can plant the rice? Public servants? Listen to this hypocrite.
Information on all the assets of the state that have been transferred to private individuals during the 27 years that the People's Progressive Party has been in office. And
not one war front has been transferred. You know the war front used by Courtney Ben, a black contractor. You know how we get it? He had a lease that the PPP government looked at and calculated. We can take back this trend, man. Let the man hustle, do we got do. You know when Courtney Ben run bankrupt? Under the PNC. Nothing black survives under this opposition. People don't know that. People don't pay attention to that. You tell me. Let it talk. They transfer lands to Lowenfield. Lowenfield. A man who tried for regular elections for PNC get lands in his name. PNC people get lands in Linden when Linden people needed house lots. What transfer assets? Why you think when the PPP would have acted in a manner that you see a rich man get assets we're talking about. Me get, you could say me get contract, me get thing, me bid for me contract. Yes, me get ahead. But me have always been progressive. You tell me when there was a time when a transfer of state assets has been done against a rich man get something that 40 poor people could get. You understand? You tell me when that happened. Because what Nigel Hughes is stating to be a transfer of assets, so the PPP government give Movie Town some land cheap for build Movie Town. Imagine a man come up with an idea. Imagine the understanding and the vision you would have had to have such an idea. Because Guyanese them ain't had it. You don't even understand how development happens. Nigel Hughes is like your waste man grandfather. No idea, no nothing. He's a tickler. Let's just do this thing this way. You remember your grandfather? We can do this way. Don't do that. He make it remember me mother said, don't worry, God will show up the way the thing are you waiting. Me look for God, me look for the way. Me have tried to figure out where she go, where he there. But what they do, come around and song important. Come around and try to song important. But we got bread and butter issues in this country. Nigel used to have a transfer state. I said, why you don't talk about Durban Park? Somebody just bring it up. Durban Park. When you listen to Nigel Hughes, yes. I want y'all envision this in your head. Your grandfather, total waste man. Total waste man. No. You do good, the thing bring up your children and all that. But he not no entrepreneur. They got them grandfathers. There wasn't an entrepreneur. Don't know 8 bullfoot about what's going on. You look at Nigel Hughes' idea that an attempt when he tried to give PNC a leeway and AFC a leeway for rig the elections, get him for buy time. It was shot down. His idea that he promoted was shot down by the CCG. Even in his field, he's not that good. You ever see Jagdio come in and try to act as a legal luminary? Eh? You got lie for do that. What we know is that in this area, he's the best economist. And one of the smartest politicians in this part of the world, if not in the whole world. These banners ain't making no sense. Here he, sound smart.
There were transfers of assets during the 5 years the AP and UAFC were in office. Let us compare them.
We mean if there were. This was deliberate and flagrant robbing of the coffers and the people's assets. Keith Lowenfield got thousands of acres of land. They gave away land to people over by Wales side. People could region 3 people want house lots. You show me a case where assets were transferred. Now, art here. Some land given for the seawall. Where Marriott is built was Loku Pool, right? Used to be there where Marriott was built. Loku Pool, that's state asset. Look at what it is today. State asset, Loku Pool, people used to swim there. There's still a pool that you could swim there. I swim at the Marriott. Every time I get a chance, I swim at the Marriott. So there's still a pool you could swim there. But it is developed now. What state assets they're talking about, this man talking about? Thanks. And by the way, this is the thing of the market. So I'm staying at the Courtyard by Marriott, Santo Domingo. So here what I'm telling you. Here when Nigel Hughes talking about state assets. So state assets was transferred into a business. The state asset was used. The Marriott where was Loku Pool, we used to swing long time. It run down, the pool run down, they're mad developed place. Now there's a pool there. And a very productive hotel. An international hotel that affords Guyana to get recognition on the international market. People could come in and say, I got a good hotel to stay at. You compare that to what Durban Park was taken and done. A $600 million heist, $1.6 billion for Bill Copians, and $600 million missing, can't give account for. That's one. Keith Lowenfield got state massive swaths of land. They got banner in the AFC. AFC MPs that got massive forestry land and all them thing there in the name. No forestry land. Here, them was transfer of state assets. Me ain't on yet. Here, lad, me even get a house, lad. By the way, I must say, when I get, let me tell you, me I go after go land, forestry land, every piece of land you think about, what me entitled to, what Guyanese entitled to, me I apply, me I go after anything and everything afforded Guyanese. I'm Guyanese by birth, no mix up about that. You understand? Me I go after anything afforded. Me go after house lot. Me supposed to get through my house lot very soon. Me advise my children and everybody else to go after. Now there has never been more of a transfer of state assets, and it's true Nigel Hughes talking, But he's twisting the truth. There has never been more of a transfer of state assets to Guyanese than like under the PPP. Here why. From 2020 to now, 35,000 house lots given. Empowering the regular Guyanese. 35,000 house lots. You ever tell you? 35,000 house lots. Diamond. You know those places was estate lands? You know the lands that we're doing back at Diamond, it was estate lands? Are you aware of that? Transfer state assets, yes. Tushin. Perfect harmony. Transfer of state assets to the poorer man in this country. Transfer of state assets. Yes. Nobody paying attention to that. So I don't know what Nigel Hughes talking. Massive transfer of state assets to everybody. Under the PNC, 5,000 sir. Under the government that Nigel Hughes was a part of, 5,000 house lots over 5 years. In 4 years, a PPP-led administration has dished out 35,000 house lots that were done get. And people are calling every day and cost for who done pay their money and waiting for collect. You ever tell him? Yes. With a fork. Oh my, forget that. And there's yogurt there too. Transfer state assets. How much house lot there in Diamond? How much house lot there in Perfect Harmony? Transfer state assets. The roads that were used. The lands that are being used to build the roads and the highways. There's a transfer of state assets for people's use. This way you gotta watch it. Nobody ain't paying attention to that. That is a transfer of state assets directly to the citizenry. You look, nobody paying attention to that. And when he's talking about status, he's talking about specifically about land. He's talking about specifically about property. Look at the transfer of wealth to the Guyanese people as a result of giving them more money in their pocket. The school thing. Lock the door there. Lock the bathroom door there. Yeah. $45,000 for the school children. PNC didn't transfer. PNC AAC didn't transfer none to people. Poor people didn't get none from them. They took from them. They took in taxes and everything, and they didn't get them house that. They put down 200 taxes and fees. They take away from the old people. Everything they do is take. Now, mothers are getting yearly $45,000 for the children. Next year, it's going to be $50,000. That there. Because what the government could have done is keep all the wealth. What the government could have done is... Hello, good morning.
Who the beneficiaries of those actions are. As Mr. Jagdeo has invited us to address the issue of corruption, he perhaps would like to tell us why within the last month before the 2015 elections, 2 oil blocks during an election campaign period where the government activity is supposed to be reduced to just running the basics, while 2 oil blocks, the Kanji and Kaitro blocks, were actually allocated. There was no public advertisement. There was no invitation to purchase. There has been no criteria provided on the basis upon which those 2 oil blocks were allocated. Those blocks have since changed hands at millions of US dollars, and these were allocated within a month of the 2015 election.
The man get, Exxon get the man. Exxon got the man. Can't get better than that. Oil blocks, you know what oil blocks are? He didn't know. When they sell the lopsided deal, you know better. Oh, this is a fruit bowl. Look at fruit bowl. Pineapple, strawberries. I called for this last night. Look at the yogurt there. Oh, I'll pass the yogurt out of the thing there for me. And a spoon. Now, why I'm talking about this is directly related to development in Guyana. If you follow people like Nigel Hughes and you don't jump on a plane and explore the possibilities, in this specific case is Sky High to DR, and explore the possibilities of how you could make your life better, I think you are left on suffering Guyana. I'm telling you, most of y'all it seems that most of the opposition supporters have a mental disability that don't afford them the opportunity to see past being led by the nose. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, brother, morning.
Hello?
Hi, morning, hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, I was listening to your program this morning, and you mentioned that the public servants, right? They don't got no time about business and so on. All they want to do is to work, retire, get a pension, NIS, and so on. That is very insulting, Mr. Critic. There got a lot of public servants in this country who got ideas, want to do things just like you. So you can't make a broad statement like that.
Help me out here. Help me out here, just to understand. I'm willing to accept what you're saying if you can help me out here. Would you say out of 100% of the public servants, would you say 20% share the sentiments that you share?
I should think more than that. You don't know that.
And well, I could tell you. I could tell you, my brother.
Okay.
When somebody, and this is not to be disrespectful, maybe what I said is misconstrued. When somebody chooses a certain path, like Guyanese in general, people say, "I mean, if stress, me want stability, me want security." Those are not entrepreneurial skills or development. What happened? A lot of Guyanese get carried away and think everybody could do everything. But for the most part, genuine public servants have no interest in nothing else, just their career. Career-oriented people.
All right. This is a changing time now. Look, the development with the oil industry and so on. You think public servants still sitting down and waiting on a salary and depending on their loan? They want to do other things. There's opportunity in the oil and gas, all sectors in this country.
I am not saying...
Times has changed and people will change and adapt.
My brother, I am not saying that public servants should be excluded. from wanting. My discussion is specifically to the transfer of assets. So let me break it down for you. Let me go back. So Nigel Hughes is speaking about the wanton transfer of assets to people affiliated with the PPP. And let me put it down for you. Before 2015, and again, I must accept that times are changing. People are changing. The dynamics of the country are changing. But before 2015, for the most part, it's not been exact all the time. But for the most part, the people who would have been going after assets per se, land and everything else, would have been affiliated with the PPP. The people who would have been interested in public servants' jobs, police, soldier, nurses, teachers, would have been affiliated with the PNC. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
All right. So why you transfer to teacher and police? You can't go and see a police and say, boy, take this 10 acres of land and go and do drudging and look for gold if he doesn't want to look for gold. The man who looking for gold and who want land, he's an entrepreneur. And it's most likely he's following the PPP. You understand where I'm coming from?
Okay.
So I'm not Roger. So I'm not excluding public services. You know how much policeman got boss? You know how much is policeman with boss got the whole public transportation system in confusion. You know that, and we can agree on that. Right? So, I am saying if we have to go back and look at the transfer of assets, the PNC had no body to transfer. And even in between 2015 and 2020, they didn't have nobody to transfer assets to. They were transferring assets to the PPP people again. Because it's only them know what to do with land and so.
All right, here. This transfer asset we're talking about, I hear you mentioning about land or everybody getting a house like this transfer asset. Okay, yeah. But what Nigel Hughes is talking about is not them kind of assets though.
What kind of assets are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. The guy under the PPP, remember Guyanese stores?
Mm-hmm.
Guyanese stores had a set of properties all across this country. Linden, George, Tongbor, all over. The farmer company named Property Holdings, right? With a set of assets. You ask today, who them asset goes down to?
Do you know who?
Let's check it out.
Do you know who are they?
I know who, yes.
Who?
I was a part of the company. The company ain't functioning anymore because all the land and stuff, the way
No, sir.
politicians
No, sir.
everything.
Until today, there are court matters where the government is trying to get their money from people like Glenn Lal. Property holding, the company will get, then Glenn Lal. They in it.
Me talking about the money. I'm talking about the assets.
My brother,
The assets.
the assets were sold. And even up to today, Guyana stores is an eyesore. Even up to today.
Mr. Critic, listen, you're wrong there. The asset, the Guyana store building you're talking about is in the building that they're right now by in town there by Dr. Guyana. This is the building with Lal. I'm talking about all the hundreds more assets all across this country.
Since you were a part of the company, you have hundreds here now. Give me 5 quick. Five quick.
Listen, it's properties, buddy.
My brother, you know about hundreds, just give me 5 quick.
I gotta go to the report and
You making joke. You just like Nigel Hughes. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. You gotta go to the boat.
To have a serious discussion as a country about corruption, which we
When people come and they're sentimental to the opposition, it's like bare bullshit. Hundreds of assets transferred. Give me 5. You can't remember 5? Oh, this is sad. That's really sad. Come on. My heart's a 5, man. You can't leave. Upset my yogurt. Eh? This is the problem with people who want to represent things. If you want to be a part of a discussion, you have to be adequately informed to participate, especially the man like me. Now, me say me know, and me say that Guyana's assets was not transferred. Right? I'll me ask you, out of the 100, he said hundreds. Out of the hundreds that were transferred, name 5. He only know, he was a part of the company. You understand? He might have been a part of the problem. Because imagine you were a part of a company that you didn't know what the company they own or what the company they collect. I could tell you where all my assets are, where excavator, how much canter me got, how much where, and who me owe to. How you will forget that? How you will forget them thing then? If you want to have a discussion as it relates to corruption, calling people name and other things like how I just do, you have to be adequately informed to participate. You understand what I'm saying? You can't come, he telling me hundreds of assets transferred, and you ain't know 5? And when me ask you for 5, I like me. If you ask me for 5, I throw in 1. And say, but I got for look for the rest. But you can't get 1. Liar. This liar. You learned it from Nigel Hughes. Sound important, Mr. Critic. I hear you're talking about public servants as derogatory. Oh, yeah. When we going to transfer to you? What you want? Huh? Let me hear right by.
Good. We must be willing to discuss corruption. Because
we must be willing to discuss corruption. Nigel Hughes, who is paid by ExxonMobil, who the whole nation know we get a round deal from with the oil contract. Oh, Nigel Hughes, who's paid by ExxonMobil, who the world knows that Nigel Hughes and his cohorts, or Nigel Hughes' cohorts at the time, was the admin. I tried to box back my mind and get an understanding of what he's saying. So Nigel, you're hearing the voice of Nigel Hughes here.
none of the pilots. Those blocks have since changed hands at millions of US dollars, and these were allocated within a month of the 2015 election. So if we want to have a serious discussion as a country about corruption, which we should, we must be willing to...
Well, we should have a discussion about corruption. It's very important to have that discussion. We start now. Make haste while the sun shines. Yes. So, Nigel Hughes, who's counsel to ExxonMobil, who finances him now, who finds nothing wrong with being a politician, acting politician, active politician, and taking money from Exxon at the same time, wants to discuss corruption while he's being paid by a company that a government he was affiliated with signed a deal that is considered to be the most lopsided oil contract in the history of mankind. Nigel Hughes wants to discuss corruption. Oh, my anus hurts. Just the thought of it. Yeah. Most people say, oh, I feel like puking. No. My anus hurt because I tried to carry on this program and I was holding back a shit. Nigel Hughes. Shit. Yes. Just a beautiful cup of coffee. And looking down and developed country thinking, how can we and when are we going to get here as Guyanese? You know, when we can. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 story. Let me listen to what more this band guy say.
Discuss corruption, because the track record that we have got as a country suggests that with the wealth that we have, all that we are going to do is become a rich banana republic. We are not going to achieve anything other than that. We become a rich banana republic with lots of roads, lots of hotels.
Well, there's some truth into what he's saying. If Exxon has bought him out and have him doing so far their bidding, obviously we are getting the banana pickers. Nigel Hughes would be the chief banana picker. And yes, hence we are on our way to becoming a banana republic. A rich banana republic. Right? Something to dawn upon. I don't think our opinions differ much there. Yeah. Banana Republic, Nigel Hughes, chief banana picker. Let's hear what he has to say.
Most of the citizens can't even afford to survive because of the cost of living. And we have these vacuous discussions.
So, by the way, we had a discussion last night with our driver about cost of living. So for him and his girlfriend, $100 US, $20,000. But what was the most expensive thing he said he had? What was the most expensive thing last night with the guy was rent? So on average, he's saying the lower end of public servants' salary here is about $400 US a month. And what else was what was main concern? And food, gasoline. Fuel is very expensive. Fuel is very, very, very expensive. Right? So, fuel is how much? What did I say last night, man? What was the most expensive thing, Donnie? Oh, yes! Gas is $5 a gallon here. $5 US a gallon. How much a gallon of gas, don't maybe there? $2.17 a liter. Isn't that 3 liters in a gallon?
4.5.
Yeah, numbers right here. I'm doing maths like 217 by 217 a liter. That's the same thing like a dollar, US dollar exchange. 217 by 4. 800 something dollar. Right? So is $5 US. They must see a little taxes and stuff on it. Right? So the cost of living all over the place. But, you know, Nigel is the savior, has come now as the savior for Guyana and Guyanese people.
To discuss corruption, because the track record that we have got as a country suggests that with the wealth that
Listen
we
to me. Hear what I'm telling you. Y'all gotta learn. The band is a hypocrite. Right? Y'all gotta learn. We go and work and see how we could develop this nation. You understand? So, again, I'll be bringing videos for you. Specific to the thing. We ain't talking politics, we talking about DR, we talking about business in the DR and how Guyanese could capitalize on that. The products and services offered in the DR. So today, during the course of the day, I'll bring videos for you. And again, to get here is simple. Go online, and you don't even have to take a flight. Go check online now There are flights on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Right? I fly out 6:30 from Georgetown yesterday. Go online, check Sky High, check the cost of flights, and check where you could fly. Because you could come from the States to here and then come to Guyana. Or you could come from Guyana to here and fly to the States, Panama, anyway. Right? They got an international airport that's accessible from most other countries. So check Sky High. And Sky High has flights from Miami to DR. Right? So check the prices for the flights on Sky High. How much it costs to get here. Also, there's a place called Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. Beautiful tourist destination, real high-end, nice thing. If there's a place you want to go with your family and so, the place to go. I've been there already. Today I'm going to give you snippets, short videos of the historical sites here where Columbus was buried. Yes, Christopher Columbus was said to be buried in the Dominican Republic, right? So where Christopher Columbus was buried. And there's also a site that the government of this country has put aside for Guyana to be able to put some kind of a monument or something that would make the relation between Guyana and the Dominican Republic a memorable one. Right? So I'm going to go there, I'm going to look at the site, see what's there. The site has already been handed over to our Prime Minister. Right? So it's official. I'm going to go there. I'm going to look at the site. Maybe we do a live. We see what space they got there. We start a discussion. We can put down. We Jaguar. What are we going to put that when people go there to that site, they could say here, this is something that we want to remember of Guyana. We remember this, right, about Guyana. So let's look at that. Again, let's look at how we could be hearing these people singing. But Nigel Hughes has no clear plan as to tell you how to develop your life and what's going on. He's doing well. Exxon is paying him. You understand? So he's going to be the chief banana picker in the banana republic, the rich banana republic that Guyana is going to become. Obviously, it's clear as day what's going on, right? Let us look at what we can do for ourselves in the meantime. How can we develop ourselves? And I'm saying there's a lot today. I'm hoping to have today or tomorrow, have a meeting with the people from the Chamber of Commerce here who could be able to basically give us some direction. And normally how it happens, so the Chamber of Commerce in Guyana and the Chamber of Commerce here, they always link up and say, but remember this business people on a high end. You might get a Harry in part of the Chamber of Commerce, but you want to know, does they have food boxes here? What kind of services they have here? Do they have construction company that they could have joint ventures with? What kind of material coming out to the DR? Right? So that is what, although I'm in part doing my business, these are the opportunities that I want to explore with you, the Guyanese people. Because we were here, and like for instance, I was able to call a man and he said, here, I buy my sheet piles from this guy out of the DR. So the guy is a broker in Panama. He has linked us up to somebody in the DR. With SGS, a procurement service that I use to get my material, I'm here to see that yes, this thing exists, because I tell you already I get rat from the Chinese man. But SGS, if you were to buy a large quantity of material from China or anywhere in the world, they verify the products and make sure you get your money's worth. So it's better you use a procurement services. Because Guyanese, they want to do everything themselves. You gotta run here, you gotta run Duda, you gotta and your wife never make roti and dal puri and chicken curry. You understand? Everything they want to do. Then when they're done, it's going to ship. Right? So let's look at it. We're looking at the business opportunities. We're looking at the opportunities afforded us. And look out for the lives during the course of the day where I'll be carrying you to different historical sites once the opportunities afforded me, any business opportunity and everything else. And again, You could jump on us, go, you don't have to just type in right now online Sky High and check, see flights and dates and what's the possibilities. Right? Type in, check it out. I'm gonna go back during the course of next week. I'll be back home. I'm thinking about creating a promotional code and doing something with Sky High that you guys could get an opportunity if it is just to come, because I come in the plane and there were a lot of seats available. So it's not no choke up plane, it's not no rush destination, right? There were a lot of seats available. If we could work out something with them to get promotional packages for people to come, because this is a place I would love to show you guys and explore with you guys. Look at this. And this is joke. This is Santo Domingo, the main city, right? But Punta Cana is beaches, beautiful beaches and everything else. There is so much here to see. There are huge malls, But again, a lot of my interest is vacation and business, right? So let's see how we can work together. I hit in the road now. My car is supposed to be downstairs by 9 o'clock. I can hit in the road and I will see whatever I can that we can use to benefit. We crying all the time, but we're not going out there and seeking the opportunity. You can't sit down for $10 million. Your country man got $10 million pillow. You can't want to buy a Land Cruiser and drive around and looking fancy and a hustle girl with a mouth white. You understand? And always they're bad and they're in the rum shops for and want to develop yourself. Right? You gotta explore. You gotta go outside and see what's going on. And I'm down on the ground here. I'm doing the research here. I could tell you here what hotel to stay. These are nice hotel rooms. And these rooms are about, this room is about $200 a night. We Marriott is $500-600 a night. You understand? We Marriott is on so much demand. Is $500-600 a night. And this is a Marriott. This is a Courtyard Marriott, right? It's $200 a night. Nice room. Proper room. Fresh towels, everything, right? So let's look at how we could explore these things. Because I know a lot of times y'all don't know. People are afraid to go. People are procrastinating. Let's look at how we could explore things to better ourselves. Keep it real all the time.